everyone. Excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. Cheryl here with Ink Pulp, and we're ready to do.
Everyone. Excuse me, I had a frog in my
And I've got to turn down my YouTube. We're here to do another craft and grab. And as promised in the last one, we're going to do jelly prints today. I'm excited. Can you tell by the state of my desk that I have already been working on jelly prints? I've been playing all day long just to remind myself because I hadn't done it in a long time and I am no expert. I know there are some pretty great things you can do with these jelly plates, but I'm a fairly new person at it, and I only have a 5x5. I don't have a big one. I bought this at a sale one time. It was a really good price, and I've always wanted to try one. So let me see if I can straighten this out a little bit for you guys so you're looking at it straight. Here we go. So I have my little 5x5 and we're going to do some playing. Like I said, I've already done some playing and I want to show you some of the things that I've done. Some things worked, some things didn't. And my jelly plate is very dirty. I'm not going to clean it off. I'm going to leave it so it can pick up some of those crusty bits. So this is one I just finished. This is where I took some oxide and distress oxides and inks, put them on the jelly plate, and then I spritzed them a little bit with some coffee. And this is what I got. So I like that. And by the way, before I get going, I see there's 3 in here. Who's here? If you guys want to... This one was kind of a fail. I took a brush and brushed it on the jelly plate, and I don't really like how that turned out. So who's here? This was one of the first ones I did, and I really, really liked it. I just put colors down, and this is good for collage, or I could go back over it and stencil and put some pattern in it. This one I thought was really cool. The first one I just did the flower. I put down some color and then I just did the flower. Or no, I didn't put any color down. I just put the flower on the white. Hey, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. But then I went and put color over it, and I don't like that. So I need to get some more pattern on that. But look at this one that I did. Isn't that cool? And I did that with a stencil. This is just color. Nice piece of collage fodder. We could go back and put some... Oh, I love this. This is with the Distress. This is Sage Green and Blueprint Sketch. And I put these inks on the jelly plate and then I pressed the paper into it, and I really like how that turned out. This one was kind of fun. This actually was a Fire Engine red when I put it on, but it turned to more of a maroon kind of a color. This one was a fail. I put it down, and I guess, I don't know why, but the paper, the first layer of paper stuck to the jelly plate, and so it created this. And maybe that's a cool thing. Maybe if you were doing a collage. Oh, okay. Hey, Penny Pudge. We're just looking at the jelly prints I was playing with today, and then we're going to jump right in and play. Oh, Wendy. Hello, Wendy. So I did that one. This one needs more. I put down a brown, and then I had a splatter stencil, and I put it over the top, but I probably need something lighter over the top of it. This is that same splatter stencil. I put it on deli paper with some browns and greens, and then the splatters. I think that's really cool. Yeah, Wendy is the second. Yeah, this was really cool. So I did this side, and this was more with the inks. And what I found with the inks is that they just sort of spread. They don't have a lot of definition. And then I used a tree stencil, the one with the forest, and it was like, eh. Then I turned the stencil over, and put it on this page. And look at how cool that forest picture is. Is that not the coolest thing with all the different shades? And there's a little bit of teal or turquoise in here. I love this. Is one of my favorites. I did this one with the Harlequin stencil over the blue. This one's kind of cool. This is the same red as the last one, and I just put a stencil on and was playing on deli paper to see what I could get. This one was definitely a fail. This was with the inks. And again, I think if I took a stencil, not using the jelly plate, and stenciled something over that, that might be a cool background. But by itself, not impressed. This one I really like. So this was blues and some white. And then I used yellow and I used a stencil and put that pattern on there. More deli paper, and I used these were paints that I did. They're very light, and more just playing around with stencils. Oh, on this one I put down my colors and then I took some of the color off with a rubber stamp, so I stamped it. The only problem is, as you can see, Paris is backwards, because if you do letters, if you do a flower or something, it's fine. But you can't do the letters. But you take away the paint and, then do your press, do your pull. Some circles. This one's pretty cool. The flower. I like this one. I didn't quite get it all the way, but I like that one. This one I was doing some gears, and then I just used the other side of the paper for some other stuff, and that's it. So that's what I've been working on today. So let's jump right in. How many of you guys have played with jelly plates before? Anybody? I'm not seeing anybody. Okay, well, I hope that, who's the new gal who came last time and she really wanted to see the jelly prints? I hope she sees this video so she can come. I guess you could watch it later. Oh, you haven't? Okay, so they make them in a lot of different shapes and sizes, and this is a 5x5 square. You can get the 8.5 by 11, so they're big. Oh, good, because I'm really fairly new to this, so we'll all be doing some learning. As you can see, I pulled some. I have paint everywhere. This is a messy task. I might recommend wearing some rubber gloves, but I like getting my hands into things. So this is a jelly plate, and we can look at the back of it. You can see it's real clear. I've been working with mine on the other side. I wish I could show them to you. There's several different sizes. So some people clean their jelly plates off and get them back to that real clear look. Some people don't. I don't, because all these little crusty bits and things that are on here, they will come up on another piece. So it'll add some grunge and things. So let's do a basic, just a background with some colors. What colors should we use? We can use 2 or 3. Anybody have a color they like? Or a color set? You know how this works, guys. You gotta participate. What colors should we do? Okay, I'll pick the first colors, but you guys be thinking about it, because, red, gray, and white. Okay, here's red. I happen to have all of those colors out. And some of these paints, y'all, are like 12, 15 years old, and I'm still using them. The ones that I find are dried up, I'm throwing away, but these are still working. And what you want to do is just put a few little drops, not much. You don't want your plate sopping. Some of this paint is has kind of hardened, thickened up a little. Okay, there's some red. And then I've got some Dove Gray. This one's more liquid. So we're just going to put a few little dots here and there. The white isn't all that much different. Do you want to use white or do you want to use a different color? Well, we'll use it since that's what... Oh, hey, April. I'm so glad to see you. We're getting started with the jelly plate. This gray and white are very similar, Wendy, so I don't know how much difference. So you don't want a lot. In fact, this is a lot of paint on here. I'm going to have excess, but I have a ton of deli papers that I can wipe it off on. Then you just start rolling your brayer, and I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a little bit of yellow on mine. And what you're going to see when you pull it up is that initial layer that's at the bottom, not this that we're seeing here. So whatever it is at the bottom, and I'm just going to roll that off. And then when you get it like you like it, you just lay a piece of paper, and I'm just using plain copy paper. You can use deli paper. You can use watercolor paper. Well, we'll do this one, and then if we need to add something more, we will. Oops, I got it crooked. And you may get paint and stuff on the back, but hopefully you're going to use this to put down. So, and then we pull it up, and there is our red, gray, and then some white in there. And that's just a background paper. To that, you could add a stencil and pattern. You could, stencil over the top of it. We could stamp on it, but it is as simple as that. Now, we've still got some, what do you think, Wendy? So you got some heavy red here. That's probably where it was really thick. So you can get some really heavy spots. You can get lighter spots. But that's that one. Now, let's add... let's get Brave and Daring and add a little bit of lilac just to give it some contrast. And you can put whatever colors, and you can keep layering. And what I'm doing here is layering the colors. So, there's still some red on there. There's still some stuff on there from when I first came in. There was some stuff on it. That's still underneath. So I'm just going to put some purple on here. And we'll take another piece of paper and see how that one comes up. And then we'll move on and do something extra. But every time you add a new layer, you get... Oh, I see some green in there. There's the red. And so we're not seeing the purple's there, but it's real faint. And we've got some white in there. We've got some of the red, some of the gray, but can y'all see the green? So again, think about using that in your collage. So that's that one. Let's do one more. We'll leave the colors that are there. Somebody give me a color combination. I've got everything. And please forgive me. I'm going to scroll my chair back here. I'm still getting over this cold. How about you, April, since you just got here? Do you have a color combination that we should try? Aqua and pink. Oh, I like that. Here's aqua. Now, do you want like a fuchsia pink? That is fuchsia. Or like a baby, more of a baby pink? Hot pink or soft pink? What do you think, Penny? The lighter one, okay. Oh, this is kind of along the baby theme. Boys and girls. I probably need a little bit more blue, maybe a little bit right here. All right, let's brayer that out. Pretty dry. And notice I'm not cleaning off between. I'm just putting the colors down. All right, there's that. Let's do one more pull. Yeah, I had my hands were covered. Oh, they're already back. I went upstairs and cleaned off all the paint right before I came live, and now it's all back again. So you just want to press on this for a little bit. Some people say to do it until it's not cold anymore, like until it's dry. The problem I have found for me when I do that, and it may be the brand of jelly plate I have, I don't know, but when I do that, it tears the paper. The paper sticks to the jelly plate. So I don't ever let it wait till it's completely dry. Oh, this one's pretty. Look at that. You've still got some of the green in there. You've got your pink and you've got your blue. A pinch of silver. Okay. I don't know if I have silver. Hang on. That's one color. I don't know what I have in metallics, but hang on. Let's see if I have any metallics. I don't really do a lot with metallics, so I am not seeing metallics. I don't have any metallics, Cindy, but I could put let's see if I have anything else in the grays that might work. I don't think I do. But you're right, a touch of silver would be pretty in that. But you know what I do have? I do have these little pearlized mica fragments. And I'm wondering if I put just a little bit of white and brayer that out. Okay. I want to get that really, really thin because I don't want it to overpower the colors that are already there. So I'm going to take some of this off. Oh, now that's cool. Maybe we should just go with that. Look at that pattern that I just put on there. That is cool. And then let's put a few of these silver mica flakes in here. See what I've never done this before, so we'll see if it works. Should we do it right over the top of the first one, or should I do a whole new one? Let's do it over the top of this one. See if we can give this one a little more personality. I don't know if those mica flakes are going to come up or not, but we'll see. I'm just rubbing that really good to make sure I get everything pressed in. I could take the brayer over it, but it's really dirty. Nope, the mica flakes did not come up. Well, a couple did. But there's your pink and blue, and I've added some white in there, and it's also pulling up a little bit of gray from down below. Now I really, really like that one, Penny. See how each layer just gives it more personality? And then you've got some of that pattern in there that I made with the paper. You can see some lines in it. Not sure if once you covered with paint, it probably won't sparkle, but if you just kind of crush on top. Yeah, I don't, it just didn't come up. Well, I'm going to leave them there and see if we we do others, if it'll come up. Let's do one more of just a background. Let's go back and look at this one that we made for Wendy. What other colors could we add to that to give it a little more character? We could put, let's put, I know, isn't that, Wendy? It's fun to play with because you can just do whatever you want, and it's just paper. So if you like mess one up really bad, it's not that big a deal. I'm getting paint. And then look at this wet wipe that I have from earlier today. Wouldn't that make a cool background on something? All those colors. I'm keeping that for collage fodder as well. Okay, I put a little bit of yellow. Let's put a little bit of, come on, shake up. Some of these don't want to shake. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of turquoise, not much. Oh, it's really dry. Used it before, but that one's really dry. Let's do some butter pecan. And we'll see if it pulls up those mica flakes with some wet paint, if we have more wet paint on it. I try to, but burnish out where there's like a big blob of paint so that you get more of a variegated look. Some people like the big blobs, and you might. Okay, Wendy, I'm going to mess up that one we did, and we're going to see what. I love saving my wet wipes. I know. Looking really cool. It really, I don't like that yellow. Well, it did get rid of the red. Oh, we got some more of the, so now what I'm going to do is put a little more red down because I want the red to come back. But I'm just going to put it in a few places. I'm not going to put it all over. We'll just put this in a few places and get some red back on Wendy's piece, but it's also got now some yellow and it's got those mica flakes. They did come up. Yeah, it did pick up. I think maybe the last time when I did it on the blue, the paint wasn't wet enough, so it didn't pick them up. There you go, Wendy. It's not the red, gray, and white, but there's some yellow, and it kind of made an orangey. And there's some of the mica flakes in there for texture. They don't look silver because they're covered with paint, but there you go. And we could keep going. I mean, I could go put a few dabs of white in there. You can just keep going as long as you want. I know, isn't that cool how it just picks up the paint different ways? And you can see the shine in there if you move it different ways. All right, let's do one where we use a stencil. So I'm going to use this celery. And a little bit of blue. I love these colors together. And this is a lot of paint on here, but it's actually okay. And I'm going to put a little dab of butter pecan in there. So we get that sort of the brown and the blue. Oops, that was a lot. Just a little bit. This is going to be a lot. This is way too much paint see how it's way too much paint, but that's okay. We'll use. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do a pull. Okay. Pretty colors. I'm going to go over this again. Now we have to pick a stencil. And I've got a lot of them. So let me pull out just a couple and let you guys choose. I find some that are small enough just to fit the. Okay, I've got this coffee splatter one. I don't want to use that again. I've got this one, a Dylusions. It's got the numbers. I've got this crackle. This one might not work as effectively. I have raindrops and I have text. So you guys explain how you have to roll a little bit. Yeah, you have to kind of change the pressure on your roller, absolutely, and kind of move it around, go different ways. Otherwise, yes, anytime you blend a whole bunch of colors, it'll just be mud. Text, okay, thank you, Pen. There's still a couple of mica flakes in there. All right, so we're gonna now, oh, if I turn it over the other way, the text will be right. Now there's not a lot of space. Like the holes where the paint's going to come through is really small. So we'll see. Sometimes that doesn't work as well. Where's that piece that I just did? Well, we'll find a different piece. I know there's some in here that I said needed something more. So we'll pick that one. Hang on a sec. I'm trying to find one that needs a little more something on it. And of course, when I want to find it, it's nowhere to be found. Oh, we could try this one. I don't know if the text will show up real well on this one because the colors are very similar, but you have to press hard enough to get your paper to go down in the stencil. And that's why I was saying the holes, you know, in this stencil, because it's just text, they're pretty small. Oh, it's working. It's working just fine. Now you could press just part of it. If you want it just here and there, you could press over the whole thing. You just have to press hard enough so that paper will go down and make contact with the paint through the stencil. It's a working. And then, look at that. See, I didn't press over here enough. That's all right. So look at that. Isn't that cool? Now I could have just stenciled that on, but again, the colors are picking up from all different colors. And now the magic is, I don't know if this one's going to work so hot. We'll see. The magic here is laying our paper down and pulling another print where the stencil was lifted up. I know, isn't that cool, Penny? And you can do multiples, but look at that background with that text. I love that one. And remember, you guys are going to get to pick. I'm going to let you pick several pieces from what we made today. Oh, now see, this is really stiff, so it feels like one that might tear. So just pull easy when you pull up, because it's really sticking to that jelly plate. Look at that. Now that is cool. A couple mica flakes in there too. The text doesn't come out because we were pressing from the top. It blurred it a little, but you can still see that it's text. And look at all those colors. You got a little bit of red. You've got some of the blue, brown, gray. And see how much of it's coming up off of our jelly plate? Isn't that just the coolest thing? I love that piece. All right. Let's do another stencil. Now, the other thing is I started doing this on coffee dyed paper so that it would get, you know, some colors or some color in the background. Let's see. Somebody else want to pick some colors? Who hasn't picked? Penny, Cindy. Who else is here? April, are you still here? Why don't you pick some colors for us? And there's even more people watching that aren't talking, which is fine. Oh, and please do the thumbs up if you would. Let's do, you know what color I don't have out is orange. How about if we do a little orange in honor of Mimi? Hey, by the way, did you guys see I also posted a video? I'm going to be making a ring tomorrow with a stone setting, and I'm going to do that online. So if you're interested in watching some of that, be sure to join me. All right, there's the orange. How about some hot pink with it? And just a little bit of white. I think a lot of this is just kind of trial and error. You just have to do whatever feels right, and you'll like it or you won't. But the nice thing is, if you pull a print and you don't like it, you can always recolor it, add to it, stencil on it. Nothing saying you have to leave it the way it is. All right. Yeah, now see, per what Cindy said, I'm going real light. And then I'm going to put some more pressure on and go light and put pressure on and just do that. Now, let's do something fun. Let me take the back end of a paintbrush. And I'm just going to make some marks in here. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so now we have some marks. And we'll I was watching a video earlier today and I didn't have a chance to go upstairs and look, but that lady was pulling stuff out of her kitchen. Like she had the top to a Tupperware, and on the back side of it was like a ridged pattern. It was almost like a star pattern, and she was putting that on her jelly plate. Well, she actually bought that one at an estate sale. She didn't use hers out of her kitchen, but there we go. And we're still picking up some mica flakes. Can you guys see the mica in there? Isn't that cool? You got the red over the hot pink and all sorts of fun colors. Now, you can also, let's put, not that. Looking for kind of a complementary color. Let's use the yellow. Let's put down a layer of yellow. Come on. And we will, I said I didn't wipe off my brayer that time. I looked at it and I still liked the colors on it, so I just left it. So we can do that, and then I can take another stencil let's use this one. And put this down, and then I can go over it and put the flower stencil over top of the didn't get it quite enough, and I may not have enough yellow on there to pull up through the stencil, but I didn't push it down far enough. We're not seeing much of the flower, but that's okay too. Even if it's a faint image of the flower, you just don't know what you're going to get. There you go. But the yellow wasn't quite bright enough, but look at that. We got a yellow flower in the midst of our spirals. Probably should have used a dark color to give it more contrast. That probably would have been better. But you get the idea. In fact, let's do a layer of this blue. And I am going to roll it off this time. I don't want too much of that other color on there. Okay, and what I want is a lot of the blue right in the middle. So I'm going to add a little bit more because I want to do the stencil thing again. And I'm going to want that blue to come up through the stencil. So I'm put a little bit more in the middle. Okay. Let's use, so this piece that got all torn, I actually think it's kind of pretty cool being torn. Let's put it in the middle of this page. And see if we can get a nice bright blue flower in the middle of this one. And then I want to show you some of the stuff that I had been doing with inks as well. Anybody have, Cindy, you've played with this stuff? Anything you want me to try? Let's see. Make sure we get it really good in the middle. Oh yeah, look at that. So even though that paper had pulled up, that piece was ruined because some of it's still pulled up here, but it just looks like different colors on the, I don't think you can ruin a jelly plate pull because you can just do something over the top of it. What do you guys think of that? I love it. Now, when we pull this one up, that pattern is still there. And so we can put another sheet down right on top of that without the stencil on it, and we'll get the reverse of the stencil. Plus a lot of the bits that are already down there on the bottom. Oh, wow. We're getting all kinds of color on this one. Oh, wow. I like this one. Look at that. Is that not cool? You guys have stopped chatting on me. I love that one. So when we use the stencil this way, we went over it and got the, yeah, I know. Isn't that cool? I love that. I love that. And you see in the background all the different colors we're getting, the pink, the yellow, the blue, the green. We're getting all those colors because they're all coming up off of this jelly pad. And coming up, you know, it's reactivating that paint when we, you know, put a new layer down. Now there's still the outline of that flower. So if we put, let's use the Dove Gray. Let's just put some gray down and do a pull. And what you'll see is that you'll still get a lot of the, I think that what you'll see, no promises. I think what you'll see is a lot of the layer above. I mean, the layers below. And I think you'll still be able to see that flower. But we'll see. I want to get rid of some of this blue. I don't want to put down a bunch more blue. Okay. So we're just going to put another layer down. Yeah, Cindy, any techniques you want to see me use? Now you can put all sorts of things into that jelly plate. We'll play around with some stuff here in a minute. Okay, we'll see what this one does. And because that gray was the top layer, it is going to be on the bottom of what we're looking at. So whatever is first on the jelly plate is what you're going to see when you lift it up. This gray that I put is just a background. You know, it's the very last layer. And yes, you're going to get the paper underneath pretty ugly, but again, it shouldn't. Yeah. Do you see the and look at all the mica flakes that are coming up now. You see that ghost print of the flower? Isn't that cool? Then with all the little mica flakes in it. So if you didn't want those mica flakes, you'd have to either pick them out or go wash your jelly plate. But look at that. That's still from that flower we did, but how cool is that? All right, let's do something else. Let's look at, let me get a good layer. Let's do a little more of that blue and celery. So for those of you ladies who don't have jelly plates, do you want to go out and get one now? Because you can play for hours. And it's not just acrylic paints that you can use. That's the most common, I think. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to do some stuff with some inks here in a minute. Where's my... So if you guys go out and get a jelly plate, let me know, and we'll do a crafty session with everybody in StreamYard, and we can craft together and do some jelly plate stuff. Move these out of the way. And I'm not, my jelly plate's kind of stuck down to my mat the way it's because it's kind of sticky on the other side. So that's why I'm not moving it, because it's stuck down. Okay, I've got these little die cuts. These are the Tim Holtz wildflower die cuts. I'm just going to put a few of those down. Whoops. Not my fingerprint in there. I don't want my fingerprint. Okay, let's see, what else do I have? These things get so tangled up together. And how about one of these? All right, what do you guys think? Cool, or should we add more? Let's see if I have. I thought I had some really little ones. I do. So we'll put that one down. And one more over here. All right, what do you guys think of that? I wish I had a little butterfly die cut. I'd put a butterfly up here, but I don't have one. I don't think. I don't have one handy. So let's put a piece of paper down. You like it, Wendy? Yeah, you can put die cuts on here. You can put, you can take string and, you know, just string it around. There you go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I missed getting in some of the paint here, some of the detail here, but that's all right. And then we can take these guys off. Get my little tweezers out here. We can pick up these little die cuts and pull another print. Now I can either put like a different color for the backgrounds, and then where it's, you know, where the die cut was, it will be that color, or I can leave it and it'll be white. So what do you think? Should we put a color back there or should I leave it white? You guys tell me. So you're going to get a jelly plate, Wendy? This is what you need, another thing, right? What shall we do? How about if we put a little butter pecan down? All right. All right, let's just do a little butter pecan behind that. And what amazed me when I first started playing with this is that that impression from the die cuts, those impressions will still be there, even though I'm putting paint over the top. They're still there. All right. Put that up there. Never used. Oh, do you have one? Oh, well, so you're going to pull it out and start playing now? Maybe you and I can get online and do a live session. Hey, Penny, welcome back. So, Penny, I don't know if you saw when I pulled it, but this is the one where I put the die cuts down, and it's just white behind it. I suppose if I had taken another color and just put over the die cuts, then those would have come out colored. You can tell I like my kind of neutral colors. Everything I'm doing here is in blues and browns, and so it's not real visible, but you can see them. And the other thing you can still see is that big flower. You can see traces of it, like right here, the leaves. And you can see traces of those, see up here, the wildflowers. So it's very faint, but isn't that a cool print? You got some of the dark blue in the middle. Oh, there's even a little red poking through. Or no, that's pink. That's red up there. So we're still getting some of those other colors that we used. You never used it, so it makes a wonderful. Oh, yeah. I have a whole bunch of them over here that in my stash that I made before that I used to just cut up for, you know, a little piece in a collage. You're right. Or you just need a pop of color on a piece. These are great for that. All right, let's do one more with a couple of stencils. Let's do some blue and purple. You guys like blue and purple? Oh, what time is it? Oh, we're just about done. I have to do something else. We're still going to use those colors. But I want to do, I have some smaller pieces here that are like tag shaped. And I want to do some that are tag shaped. And where'd that light go? All right. So Wendy, you tell me when you want to get together and do some jelly printing. So let's do that, and I want to add this little stencil. I bought this at a sale for $1. I don't know if it was Wendy. Was it you? Don't know. Don't know who I bought this one from. It's got my name on it and $1 on it, and I haven't used it yet. So now what I want to do, what do I want to do? I'm going to just leave this. Ooh, that one's already got some stuff on it, some gunk on it. Let's get a clean one. I'm just going to put this right here. I'm getting it all over me. Do you guys get stuff all over yourselves when you work, especially with paints like this? This is so messy. Oops. Might have just smeared that flour, but we'll see. Yep, I did smear that flour up there, but isn't that cool? For a little tag. And then we can pull it up. Now you can take, I haven't had great luck with the paint coming off of this, but you can turn it over when there's paint on the stencil like that and rub it onto a piece of paper. See, this one might work better. Oh, there you go. Look at how pretty that is. I really like that. And now let's take another, and these are just copy paper. So, you know, you could back it with something and, you know, stiffen it up. And look at that one. That's the prettiest one of all, I think. I don't know. I like this one too. Wouldn't those be pretty on a tag? Let's do a couple more. I know we're right at 3, and I think I said I was going to start going an extra half hour. If you have to go, I understand. But I'm going to keep going for a little bit, just a little bit. Let's do some oxides. And where did my, there it is. So we've already got a little bit of blue on there. So let's put a little more, and you can either spray with coffee or water. Just spray a little bit so it moistens that, and then I just take it and put it on my jelly plate. Okay, and then what's left, I'll just put on another sheet of paper. Okay, so there's the blue one. Now let's do forest moss. This time I'll spray, if I can find it. Where'd my coffee go? On the floor. Where else would it be? All right, this one's sprayed with a little bit of coffee. And we'll put that on there. Now, I know that, you know, you might be saying, well, we could do that directly on the paper. And that's true, you can, but you're just not going to get all the yummy background stuff. Let me get a little bit of green there. Okay. Now, we want to let that dry a little bit so it doesn't run onto the paper. Look at that. That's kind of pretty. So I am going to, and you don't want to put your heat on here too awfully long on a jelly plate because you'll ruin it, but you can put a little. I just don't want any huge puddles. And you guys, this is literally the second time I've ever played with a jelly plate, so it's not hard. It's really not hard. All right, let's see what it does. I think I had tried putting like a layer of paint over that so it didn't spread so much on the paper, but you can try it all different ways. So there's that. That's pretty cool. We didn't get a lot of the background, so, and I'm thinking because it's the ink and not, it wasn't paint. And the ink doesn't really activate the acrylic. So let's put some paint down and then let's try that. Actually, let's just put this one back over it and see if we get it to fill in a little bit in those blank spots. You never used it so it makes wonderful. You just need a piece. Oh yeah, to tear up or for whatever. Yeah, Wendy, you and I got to get together and do this. Oh yeah, look at that with the ink in there too. Purdy, purdy. My kind of my go-to colors. And then we could take it one step further and do, let's put a raw sienna down. And add some texture to this via a stencil. Or we could just make marks in the paint, or, you know, whatever. Okay, I'm going to need a bit darker color than that. Because that, if I stencil over that, it's basically the same color as the background. And remember, the lighter colors are at the bottom, so that's what's going to show most on this piece. There we go. Something a little bit darker to show a stencil through. Got to have some contrast. Okay, let me see what else I've got down here. Oh, this is kind of cool. I've got a stencil, like a ledger stencil. Let's see if that one will do. And don't forget, you got to put it backwards because you don't want it to, the print to show up backwards when you pull it. I'm going to dry this a little bit more. You also want to be careful on these mats using your heat gun because I've bubbled mine up before getting it too hot. All right. This is just so cool because it's just got a little bit of everything we've done today. All right, let's get some ledger sheet. And then I want to do 3 more tags because I'm gonna, whoever wins, I'll give you, you can choose 5 of the papers that we've done today. Yeah, it's too small. The openings are too small where the numbers are, so I'm not able to get down in there like I would like to. But you know how sometimes when you do stamping, you just do partial stamping. So there you go. There's kind of a ledger sheet, and you can see some of the numbers, but look at that. Isn't that cool? All right, let's do a couple more tags. Let's put this down on the back of this and see what we get. See if we get anything here. I don't like to do things on the back because then you have to choose which piece you want. Yeah, didn't give us any definition, but it's still kind of cool. All right, let's do some pink. Oh, that's plenty. That is plenty. Okay, let's do pink and lilac, and we've already got the blue and the gray down there. Oh, you know what I haven't used? I have this, it's called Berry Wine. Let's use this one. I haven't used this one yet. All right, let's use that one. And then with all the other colors we have beneath it, should be pretty. All right, I want to pull a few tags with just background. So if you choose to take any of the tags, you'll be able to decorate them however you want. And then you'll have to back them with something a little heavier, but at least you'll have the base. Oh my. Oh my, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see, I've got a little bit of a white corner down here, so I'm going to just dip that in. Let me do that side again. I know, isn't that gorgeous? It's just got all the colors from what we've been doing all day. And that's why a lot of people don't clean their jelly plates. So there's that. Let's do, how about an orange and blue? And this time we'll do it with the blue kind of across the top and the orange at the bottom, and then we'll kind of blend them in the middle. And then you've still got all these other colors here. Okay. So let's pull that one and see what it does. Oh, before I do that, let's do this. Let me get a piece of jelly paper. I'm going to crinkle it up. And just put some marks in the jelly plate. They almost look like leaves. Find one of these whiter ones. Oh, yeah. It does almost look like a botanical. Look at that, you guys. You got the orange kind of down here, fading up to the blue, but then you've got other colors from previous layers. And then you've got the marks. Doesn't that look like a rose? And there's a couple of leaves. I see flowers in that. Flowers and leaves. So let's do two more. Two more that could be tags, and then we'll pick a number and call it a session. Let's see what else I have down here for colors. Oh, I've got one that is like, here's a spring green. This is bright green. So let's do a bright green, and what other color? Not that one. I'm looking for like a lighter green that would go well with it. Bayberry. This is one of my favorite colors. So we'll put a couple of greens and then maybe a little of the butter pecan, a little bit of brown. And then we'll still get some of the stuff from behind. Okay, there's bayberry. I like this butter pecan in case you can't tell. Hey, and don't forget, ladies, be sure and leave a comment once the video posts, because I'm still doing my end of the month happy mail from one person who left a comment. That's going to go all year. All right. Have any of you been following that trial, the Alec Murdaugh trial from South Carolina? I've been watching it live every day as I work. Obviously, I'm not watching it right now, but wow, what a crazy trial that is. Okay, not thrilled about that. It's like, it's okay. So let's try adding a little something something to it. Got a little blue and purple up here at the top. And I do have the two different color greens, but it's almost like three different colors, not just shades of colors, but, well, that was stupid. Look what I did. I put my paint on the pole instead of on the jelly plate. That's what I get for talking. But anyway, that trial is crazy. It's like several trials in one. He stole a bunch of money from his law firm and his clients. He was addicted to opioids, and that's going on. And then his wife and his son were killed, and he's being tried for that. It's just insane. Anybody got big plans for the weekend? I'm going to be hanging out around the house. Nope, I still am not thrilled with it. So you know what it needs? What do you guys think we should do with this to rehabilitate it? What shall we do? Because I don't like it. How about let's put a little bit of the orange, going to do some crafting and cleaning. Okay, do you want to, if you hang on like, this will be my last one. If you hang on 2 seconds, you might win the drawing. Are you going to pull that jelly plate out, Wendy? Okay, let's put this down and let's see if we can pull a good print with this stencil. And in the meantime, if everybody will pick a number between 1 and 10, I think there's only like 3 of you in here chatting, so I know there's more watching, but they're not participating. So if you pick a number between 1 and 10, working tomorrow at the store where her booth is. Ah, full weekend. So many projects started. I hear that, Wendy. All right, pick a number 1 to 10. Oh my. So we took that ugly print and look what we have now. Is that not pretty? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it is. Cindy, are you going to put a number in? Just the 2 of you? That's fine by me. I'm going to have to pull myself away from jelly printing once I shut this down, and I'm going to have a lot of cleanup to do. I know, isn't that wowzers? And you saw what an ugly print it was to start. All right, well, so here's what I'm going to do. Since only 2 of you put in, oh my, look at that one. That was the second print. I'm going to give you each 5 of the papers that we created. And I'm going to put them up 2 at a time. And because I don't know how else to do it. Yeah. So you guys tell me, oh, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll just show them A, B, and if you want that particular one, I'm going to put this one on the top since it's still wet. So I've got these little tag ones. I've got these. You can just say A or B or let it go by if you don't want that one. And when you get to 5, we'll call her good. Just choose for us. Are you sure? Are you okay with that, Wendy? Okay. I'll send you each 5 of these papers, and that'll be your craft and grab. You guys both win. I got to figure out how to get more people in here watching. But anyway, that's the jelly plate. So Penny, I hope you go buy one and play with it, because it really, and we haven't even begun to explore what there is. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Oh, thank you, Penny. I'm trying to do things this year that help me give back to the community more, because I really want to start doing that. So I hear ya, but it sure is fun. Anyway, thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you if you're around tomorrow. I'll be making a ring, and you're welcome to watch that, some of my metal work. All right, I will catch y'all later. I'm going to end the broadcast. Bye-bye.